I think it's a good time to bring in Auntie Funke. Now,
Funke,
you
baby.
know how she can transform. Today she's Auntie Funke on the show.
Yeah.
But there are two things that we want to bounce off her. Roland has been talking a lot about assertive women and how he doesn't think that they can be submissive. They can be, you know, like marriage materials. They can tone down and, you know, be homey and everything. So we want to bounce the idea of her and let her speak on this. The other issue is, and that we hit the street, so we'll bring you a bit of the views that we gathered out there. How would you react if you found out that your partner was hiding children from you? So she had children, or he had children that he or she did not disclose.
That you never knew about?
Never knew about.
Ah, that would be a big problem.
Only discovered. Yeah. So this is it. We're going to get those views, and then Auntie Funke will come and give her views on those two. Stay with us.
Me like this, I'll just sack her because she doesn't tell me the truth. So all the time, maybe if in case of something is happening, and I just ask her, she will not tell me the truth. So for me, instantly I'll sack her.
That is not going to be easy to forgive and forget. But ultimately, I need to forgive. Because I didn't make the pledge before that woman that I'm going to marry her. It was before God. So whatever that comes after, I need to be ready for it. Because you told God that in better and in for worse times, you are going to be with her. So if by a human being, being a human being, in our nature, we tend to do things that we don't want to. But we are forced to do them sometimes because we want to get something out of it. Because the woman wants to get married, she hid those things from you. That she has a kid. But later on you go to know, I think as a human being, you need to forgive and forget and move on. But it's not going to be easy.
Oh, as for me, I will abandon her because I think she deceived me. She deceived me. The reason being that he hid several information from me. Not talking about the love or something that I have with it. She been deceiving me, does not show anything properly. So I'll just abandon her. I would not think about whether people will be saying about, oh, why you've shown this girl or why you did this thing to her. I'll abandon her because we were all running on something that love. But the fact that she deceived me shows that she doesn't love me. So I'll abandon her. And although this wedding thing is just a ceremony, so
if I happen to see later that my wife had children before I married her, it is difficult, but I have to consider our relationship. And now she has been very faithful to me. Okay, if I see that she's very faithful, she's a genuine woman who I can continue to stay with, I'll take it because there's this problem. The devil is better than the angel you don't know.
All right. Auntie Funke?
Hello, dear.
Hi now.
We did. I'm just happy today. Fire in my bones. I just run up the stairs. That is beautiful. I'm okay.
I dedicate this segment to you, Samson Laddie Ayenene, because I know you love it. Auntie Funke.
Lovely.
Two issues on the table. One is what people spoke about a while ago. So I want to ask you, how would you react if you realized that your man apparently had been hiding children from you?
My man.
Is it a marriage or relationships? Just normal relationships?
Marriage. If it's normal relationship, that will forget it. I'll just leave him. It's not two ways about it. Other men are there. Exactly.
Even Roland is there.
Roland is there. You have to bring application letter. Anyway, but if it is my own husband, in the first place, honesty and trust, they go together. How can you lie to me? You did not tell me that you have children. It's a very, very big issue if you ask me. It's a very, very big issue because it's children. My heart. Children.
So what would you need?
This one is a very serious one. I think the first reason why did he hide it in the first place? Is it that he wants to give inheritance somewhere else, or what is it? Is it that I don't understand? But I think I will leave the man. It doesn't make sense. You had children. Children is a big issue. You had children, and you did not tell me before we married.
You just leave?
Why not?
Hey.
I can pack my own things and go. Maybe I love the man, but it doesn't look like he loves me and respects me enough for me to stay there.
Even if you've been married 10 years?
10 years is plenty.
But
I will fish outside before I leave.
But Auntie Foke, with let's say the attitudes of women these days, sometimes they are uptight, they are difficult to deal with, etc. And sometimes you just want to make sure you start it right, and gradually you want to transition into the process of trying to tell you, or maybe a year or two inside the marriage, I had some mistake somewhere.
No,
but that's not a wrong thing.
It is very, very wrong.
No child is a mistake.
Thank you. And you knew about this one. As we are disclosing each other's background and what we have done before and all of that, before we marry, everything must be transparent. How can you not tell me about a child that you had? It's just like telling me that, honey, I've given you HIV because I have HIV and we are married already, so stay inside the marriage. Do you understand? It's as big as HIV issue. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, if at what point then would you make considerations, ever?
At what point?
Can you ever make considerations? At what point? Maybe he didn't know, or he knew, but definitely.
Whichever way she's working out. Or
if how will we know that he didn't know?
Good question.
And oh, you can.
We'll be thinking about that, but just for Roland's sake, I want you to also comment on this. Can an assertive woman be submissive? People doubt that.
That one is a personal issue. Assertive women can't be submissive. That's the truth of the matter. They will come outside and they will be strong. Of course, life must go on outside the marriage, not so. So they come out, they do their duties as they are supposed to do. They are strong women, confident women, boss. Outside the house, of course, when they come back, they understand that the man is the man. You understand? He is the head of the home. And so they they respect him and behave in the way that they need to behave as
all the
uptight
uptight women we find around.
A lot of them, I cannot say for all of them. I cannot say for all of them, but I know a number of them.
Roland has asked me a couple of times, is this how you are at home? Like, how is it at home? Like, he wants to see a mental picture like me at home, and I can't convince him.
Is it possible that let's say your manager or your colleague or a subordinate who is a feminist, has a strong personality, etc., is up there, is always in your face, etc., it's going to have a relationship or a marriage that is not going to be a replica of what she portrays outside?
It is very, very possible.
How?
They are different.
Your character is your character.
No.
It will flare up one day.
No, but you see, when you are going into a marriage, a relationship, you have to understand, you have to speak to each other. Let the other person know what you can do and what you cannot do in the first place. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so it is possible that she will submit to some extent per their negotiations. Do you understand? Yeah. What do you mean by submission? Constant suppression or correlation. You understand?
Yeah. I like that word better. Yeah.
Correlation.
Correlation. I think is
we're co-equals. We're humans.
Yeah, true. First. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're not a better human
than
the other person.
The difficult one.
Yeah. Okay, so Auntie Foke, thank you very much. You're a straightforward person. You say it as it is, and we like that. That's why when we come back on the security issues, we also want to talk about it. We've already received a lot of messages on the various angles to this whole.
Have you been attacked by armed robbers before?
Not attack, but I've been robbed before. It was very traumatic. I'll tell you about it.
What traumatic?
We have to bring sports after that. We will settle down and deal with the other matters. But let me just read this one from Justice Jomaquin, says, love goes with trust. If you can't be faithful and tell the truth, why did I have to be with you at the first place? Good question. We'll come back with a lot of conversations here on the show. We're reliving that 3-0. Yesterday, I thought it was going to be 6-0, like 3 times 2. Arsenal, oh my God.
Manchester City and Arsenal.
We'll bring you sports up next. But we want to leave you with this invisible weapon, apparently, Roland, that Russia disclosed yesterday in a State of the Nation address. Unbelievable. We'll let you watch this. And then Benedict will come up next. with sports, after which the three of us will settle down together with you. We're going to activate the phone lines. We'll talk about our security matters. Stay with us.